Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer and welcome to your daily silver stacking video. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your last opportunity for a chance to get silver shipped straight to your front doorstep for free. All you have to do is click subscribe and go enter. It is my 50,000 subscriber silver giveaway, and I'm really excited for it. I'm announcing the winner tomorrow. So if you have not entered yet, you will miss it if you don't go enter right now. So go click subscribe. The link's in the description for the entry video. May the luckiest stacker win. Now, I used to, and the reason I started this channel was to talk about silver stacking strategies, right? Strategies. What's the best type of bullion in 2017? I remember that's like one of my biggest videos. My top 5 coins, my top 5 coins for 2017 or something like that. Has like 100,000 views, stuff like that, right? Bullion versus numismatics, right? Coins versus bars. And now I've kind of transformed into the economics, the politics of it, what affects the price, why is the price doing this, where is it headed, the silver shortage, manipulation. And I really do want to get back to the basics because there is a lot of beginners, and even more so since the markets are changing, since there are growing premiums on bullion coins. Our strategy is going to have to adjust and adapt. So that is also a very important reason why I do need to be making a video like this in today's times. So back in the day, about two plus years ago, the information, the advice that I would have given you is much different than what I'm going to be giving you in this video. And you would think that's crazy because that was only 2 years ago, but a lot has happened in 2 years. 2+ years ago, you could buy an American Eagle for $2-3 over spot. Nowadays, you're paying $10-15 over spot. And that's because silver is scarce. That's because there's a shortage. And it's literally just silver. There is no premiums for gold. If you buy gold, you're paying spot price, but it's because silver is scarce. But anyways, that's a whole separate video. Anyways, you could see how prices are changing, coins prices are changing, and that's obviously going to affect our stacking strategy, right? So I always tell people in the beginning, buy as much silver as you can for as cheap as possible. Just lower your dollar per ounce average. Just buy as much silver, generics. Just get a nice foundation, a nice pile of silver, right? Because that's your foundation. And then, and there's another reason for that though, because while you're buying all this silver, you're learning. You don't want to just dive into high premium silver, riskier silver when you first start out. So since you're buying generic, since you're buying all this very this very accessible and not really risky type of silver, it's very convenient. You can go to your local coin shop, you can go anywhere. It's the best way to go. And some people solely will only go that route no matter how long they're stacking, because they're stacking for silver. Silver is silver. Some people, like myself, branch out and go a little bit into the coin collector route, semi-numismatics, right? Numismatics are coins solely for their collectability. Bullion is solely for its metal content. But semi-numismatics is a coin that's sold for the metal content, but also a little bit of collectability. And that's your pandas, your kookaburras, your koalas, your Queen's Beast series, Lunar series, coins like that. Those are semi-numismatic, aka high premium silver. So, in the beginning, build a foundation. It's like if you're building a house. The house is going to crumble if it doesn't have a nice foundation. But it also does come down to, why are you stacking silver? Because if you're stacking because you believe in the metal itself, then you really have no reason to go the high premium route. Why would you pay $40 for a coin when you can get, you know, two coins for that price, or, you know, whatever? You could get a lot more silver if you're just buying generics, or if you're just buying junk silver. But there's also cons to that, and this is why this video is so tricky. There's a catch. There's always a catch to everything, right? So there's two things that could happen. And there's two big decisions you have to make. And this is also why diversification is key. So you'll kind of be able to cover both of these. Now, if you only buy generics, if you only buy coins that are pegged to spot price, right? Only buying coins that are pegged to spot price. You're not buying pandas. You're just buying, you know, sunshine mint rounds. If you're only buying coins that are pegged to spot price, then your entire stack is reliant on what spot price does. So in 20 years, if spot price is still $24, your stack hasn't appreciated a single penny. So you are completely reliant on silver's spot price rising. But if you believe that silver spot price will rise, then that shouldn't be a problem for you. And nowadays, it's a little different because the premiums themselves grow. And that's kind of why I would tell people the other route, which would be high premium silver, your pandas, kookaburras, because those coins appreciate on top of spot price. So if you have your generics, right, let's say one person is only buying generics and another guy is buying pandas and kookaburras, and in 20 years, both of their stacks would look much different. The guy that has the pandas and kookaburras, those coins will have triple, quadrupled in price by then. But the generics will only quadruple in price if spot price rises that much. So you can see how there's a little bit of gray area. And that's why I say diversification is key, but you always want to start off with bullion. Always. I mean, that's, you know, I rarely can tell you what to do because it's so individualized, right? There's no wrong way to stack. But I highly recommend, if you're a beginner, to start off buying the simplest, easiest, less risky type of silver. If you try to jump in as a beginner buying high premium silver, riskier silver, one, you're probably going to get ripped off. Two, you don't know how to handle the silver, right? Three, you don't know the prices. Four, you don't know which coins to buy. Just because a coin is a certain price doesn't mean it's worth that price. And that comes with experience, right? I've been stacking for, I don't even know how many years now, but if I'm on eBay and I see an MS70, let's say like an MS70 2013 Panda or something along those lines, or some, you know, whatever, any coin, you know, and from my own personal experience, I would be able to tell if that's a good price or not. But in the beginning, you don't know. And for example, Morgan silver dollars, a very tricky market, because Morgans were stopped being minted in 1921. But there's also three mints, right? There's the Philadelphia Mint, and there's the rarest, which is the Carson City. But every year, Morgans fluctuated in mintage numbers. So a 19, right? Let's say like a 1901 Morgan compared to, let's say, a 1918 or an 1898 or whatever. Those could all be drastically different in price because maybe the 1901 Morgan had a very low mintage number, or the Carson City Mint were the ones that produced it, which makes it, you know, it goes very deep, and if you don't understand that stuff, you will get your head ripped off, right? You don't, I mean, I always recommend people to buy the Red Book. The Red Book is a book, and it comes out every year, and it shows every United States coin, what the mintage number is, and also what the standard value is. And most 99% of local coin shops go by this. If you go into your local coin shop and bring in like an older, say you bring in like an older Walking Liberty or some Barber half dollar or even a Morgan, they're going to bust open the Red Book, and they're going to look at that year. They're going to look at the mintage numbers, right? But and that's what you do. So I highly recommend getting a Red Book if you are into junk silver, aka constitutional silver. So now that we've covered a little bit of, the options you have, what now? See, I personally, this is why this is such a complex topic, because it's so simple, but it's not. If I went to, I have two local coin shops, right? The one guy, and I've interviewed him on this channel several different times, like 3 different times. The one guy, he looks at silver as silver, right? Silver is silver. I could bring in a rare panda, and I can also bring in a generic round. He's gonna pay the same price. He's gonna tell me, I don't care how pretty that coin looks. I don't care how fancy it looks. That coin has 1 ounce of silver in it. That's what I'm buying it as. I'm buying that 1 ounce of silver inside of it, not what it looks like. You can see his perspective, right? He's buying the metal. He doesn't care about how fancy it is. The other guy, he's more of a coin collector, right? He will pay the premiums, and he offers and sells, I guess, more collectible coins. And that really is what it comes down to for you. Most of us started stacking because we don't trust banks, the SHTF, right? All that type of stuff. So buying just the metal, it makes the most sense for why we started. But for some reason, there's always a little bit of this collector in us that does branch out. And that's okay, as long as your stack is balanced. See, it's so easy to get distracted. I got way distracted, and I'll admit it, right? On this channel, you can literally, because I have documented my entire silver stacking journey on this channel. You can see over the years on this channel where I wouldn't say went wrong, but where I guess, got distracted. You can see in my beginning videos, I had a nice diverse portfolio. And then if you go to my unboxings, I might have an unboxing tab. You'll start to see my unboxing video, because I've done several unboxings on this channel. I'd probably say 20. And you'll see my unboxings start to get more expensive, but not in terms of price-wise, in terms of the coins that I'm buying. You're not going to see any American Eagles. You're going to be seeing rare pandas that costed $100. You're going to be seeing, error coins or slat, MS70, PF70, Ultra Cameo coins, stuff like that. The only time I bought American Eagles recently was the tube of 2021 Eagles. But that's getting distracted. That's not why I started. That's not what I stand for. So sometimes we do have to get back to the basics, because especially with the internet, YouTube, it's very easy to get influenced by different types of content. And it's not always a bad thing as long as you're aware of it. So right now, ask yourself, am I still stacking the way that I wanted to, or that I'm supposed to be, and what I stand for? And it's a tricky question, because what is that? What's the right answer? 70% bullion and 30% high premium, semi-numismatics? What is it? It's really up to you, because, and that's the beautiful thing about silver stacking. It's individualized. There's no right or wrong way. You're transferring fake money into real money. So it really doesn't matter. And each person has a different, living situation, has a different income, lives in different parts of the world, has different goals, right? Has different buying time frames, is going to be selling in different time frames. So what works for me isn't going to work for you, and what works for you isn't going to work for the other guy in the comments. So when you're trying to argue with people or debate in the comments, it's kind of silly, because you guys will be arguing about something that you're both right about. What you're saying, what the one guy is saying, is correct for him, and the other guy, it could be correct for him. So they're trying to bash heads when they're both just saying the truth, but it's not the other person's truth. So you got to be respectful. We all have the same passion, right? We're all on the same team, right? Let's all try to keep the positivity flowing, because we are truly on the same team, right? And a very small majority of us, I mean, literally 1% of the globe stacks silver, as Wall Street Silver calls us, the 0.999%. So with such a small, minority, we need to be sticking together. Why argue, and why, bash each other, when we all found something that very, very, very few people ever will, or when they will, it will be too late. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was 1, educational, 2, informational, 3, at least entertaining, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure you enter my 50,000 subscriber silver giveaway. You do not want to miss it. Trust me, you do not want to miss it. Click subscribe. The entry video is in the description. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.